Hello and welcome back. This is Damian, and today we're gonna take just a little break from our Let's Play, and we're gonna do a story time with Damian. This is gonna be a very short story, but it's one that is interesting. There's an Easter egg here also, and it's something more to cover in the Fallout 4 universe. Now, we have all heard of Mass Fusion. We all know it. We all love it. One of the more, not the most, but one of the more corrupted companies in the Fallout universe pre-war. Excuse me, I swallowed some tea the wrong way and got a little cough here. Mass Fusion, they ran an energy company, and they produced a lot of nuclear waste that had to go somewhere. And where some of it went is right there. That is the Mass Fusion Containment Shed. Now, you want to talk about a corrupt facility. This story is going to have corruption, betrayal, murder, all kinds of stuff. And it's just one little footnote of the Mass Fusion Company. They have other dumping sites, and I will cover those at a later date. There's a lake that they dumped a bunch of stuff in, Lake Quantapawet. There's a big pond area that is a disposal site for them. And all those disposal sites, they of course, not only do they irradiate where they put them, but they also irradiate the water table. So I'm going to show you the Easter egg first, and then we'll get into the containment facility itself. Now, I did turn on the radio. I did turn on the radio tower that I just left from right there. I did turn that on, and that gave, where's that? The automated radio alarm. I'll turn this on in a little bit, and I'll show you where that's at. But that's not this story, so to speak. Let's get over here to aid, and we'll get ready to take some Rad-X. Okay, now for our Easter egg. It's not the right gun, but here is one of the cooler Easter eggs in the game. One of the cooler, it's up there. This is from Blade Runner. This is the end of the movie. And I thought it was really cool that they put this up here. Of course, that's Harrison Ford, Rutger Hauer. There's his gun. He's dying. And he's talking about tears in the rain. So I thought that was very interesting. And now we're going to loot the Easter egg, because nothing is more interesting than loot. Carrying on, we're going to get around to the door here. And that's a rabbit and a turkey. Yep, that's a turkey. Alrighty. Various machinery out here in this little area, but what we want is inside. Now, when we go in, it's of course the front office, and not really a lot of consequence here. But this is where most people would come to do business. They would come in the front door here. Now, you can hear that ticking, radioactive ticking. That's because it's right under us. I'm not sure how they worked here without getting without getting irradiated. Let's use proper English here. So we're going to head on down. You can see barrels are just everywhere. Everywhere. Now, of course, some of this is laid over, and there's detritus everywhere because of the nuclear bombs dropping. But still, there's a lot you can't loot these bodies for some reason. I don't know why. You just can't loot them. I don't want to go in there after them, but I don't want them to come after me either. Anyway, okay. So, I mean, there are just radioactive barrels everywhere. Now we're going to go up to the manager's office, which is upstairs and around the corner, and it's still beeping. The radioactive is still beeping. Now, that could be because of the nuclear war, but I mean, you got to imagine these barrels all over the floor down there, you know, stacked up, just packed into this place. Let's see now. Let's hack this. All right. First thing you want to do is open the door. This is very important. You can't, you won't see what I'm going to show you without opening that door. Now this is 713. And after 34 days of being accident free, Lester tripped behind the forklift while it was backing up. Now we're back to 0. That's the important thing. They're back to 0 days. Also, corporate made us put up all the Remember Your Hard Hat posters, like that would have saved his life. Yeah, I don't think a hard hat would have done that. All right, the next one. The company retreat's coming up in a couple of weeks. Mr. Feld, that's this guy's boss, said it's mandatory for all employees, especially supervisors. I hate going to those things. It's bad enough having to deal with these people during the week. Now I have to pretend to like them for a whole weekend. Sometimes I envy Lester. Right. Now here's the important piece. A hazardous material inspector stopped in today, unannounced, to check out our operation. I started to feel like he was getting suspicious of what has actually been going on here. I told Mr. Feld, and he said if the inspector started catching on, we needed to get rid of him, and he didn't mean ask him to go away. Well, he caught on, so we had to get rid of him. If anyone finds out what we did, they'll put me away for life. Buddy, I don't think you got to worry about that. So, well, what that basically is saying is an inspector came through here, was inspecting all of this stuff, and was starting to get suspicious that they were dumping it in the sewers under this place, and also in that small little area I told you about earlier, in that pond. He also could have figured out about Lake Quantapowhat. But regardless, let me get my fusion core. Regardless, the only important thing was that he was getting suspicious and they had to get rid of him. So down here is where they were dumping the nuclear waste, and there's our inspector. He's not named, he's just a feral ghoul, but they dumped him down in those sewers where you can see that radioactive stuff down there. And just left him to die because they didn't kill him or he would have been dead. So they hit him over the head with a wrench and dumped him down there, and you can see all that sludge flowing from where they've been dumping it. We don't need any, well, I guess I'll pick that up. And that's the story of the containment shed. A bunch of murderous bastards trying to cover up their corporate greed and basically environmental disaster. Now, I did tell you about the radio signal. So you turn that on. It is an automated alarm saying that the reactor is malfunctioning. Behind these barrels, right behind these barrels over here, will lead you to the reactor level. And it's talking about bad radiation levels, like the barrels up top aren't enough. So you come in here and you flip that switch. It turns off all the lights, turns off the radio signal, and you're done. I don't know if I took Rad-X. I think I took Rad-X. But anyway, that is the story of Mass Fusion Containment Shed. Now the next one I'm going to do, I'm going to try to find the pond. It's loaded with super mutants. They have actually made a little outpost there with all the radioactivity. But I thought this was an interesting story, and it actually shows a bit of how the pre-war world operated. I mean, you know, we all know they were corrupted, and we all know that they didn't care about humanity and human life and all that. They just wanted their corporate dollars. And this is a prime example of that. So, like I said, it was going to be a short video. But I hope that it was something that maybe you haven't seen or heard before, didn't know about. The majority of people that play Fallout will know about it, but some of the people that I talked to they had no idea. They didn't even know there was a containment shed here. So turkeys. Now to kind of bring it into where we're at, I'll bring up our map here. Okay, so here's let's get rid of the marker. Here's the Mass Fusion Containment Shed. This is the recon bunker up here where you find the Paladin. The radio tower is here, Breakheart Banks and Greentop Nursery. And then, of course, the robot mall is over here. And yeah, go check it out. It's a pretty interesting story. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.